Hi, today I'm going to talk about how to make earrings like that, a mandala earring. So, in my Creative Fabrica store, if you go there, you can find there are so many designs where where a pattern is repeating in a circle, like this one, or like this one, or these mandala earrings where one pattern repeats in a circle. So I want to show you how I build these because these are very popular. People make them. These earrings are not only made in leather, or they are also cut by using a laser cutting machine such as Glowforge. So these designs are very feasible for cutting and making unique earrings. So this earring is also will cut with laser easily. So now I'm going to show you how I build this design. So in Illustrator, I'm going to work in my working file, and I'm going to use a fresh working file, bring up my guides. These are the guides to show the center, and this is my 2 into 2 inch box, which will confine the dimensions of the design into 2 into 2 inch area. Just like it is my choice, so people have easy I know how big and tall the design is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to build very simply by using simple and clean tools, which will give me in the end a clean design. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my line menu and choose arc. If I click once like that, click, it will show a different menu, but I'm going to click OK. So now this is going to give me a 1/4 of a circle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to reduce the size by holding Shift and Alt, and by holding this handle with my mouse, and I'm going to reduce the size. I'm going to again hold Shift and rotate it in 45-degree increment and align it to the center line like this. What I'm going to do next, I want to show you this how to manipulate this simple line, because this line is clean. It has only 2 anchor points and machine will cut it cleanly. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose the line, choose this direct selection tool, and I want to show you, and I'm going to choose this. Now I hope you can see there is a handle for this line which appeared, and what I'm going to do is these are for Bezier curves. These handles control the curve of this design, like this, like this. So these give me opportunity of creating a shape of my liking, but no more anchor point is needed. So I'm going to slightly bring it outside, and that's it. And I'm going to click this anchor point and select both of these by holding Shift. I'm just going to check that they are aligned right in the middle and they are good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on this and transform reflect, preview, and I'm going to copy. So, and by holding my arrow key, I'm going to bring it to the other side. So this design is now, you can see it is when it will be repeated in the circle around this, most probably this center point, then it will stay into 2 inch area. So I'm going to reduce this a little bit so you can see what is going on, and I'm going to remove my guides so you can see clearly. Now these are 2 different parts, so we are going to make it into a one part. So I'm going to go to direct selection tool, select both of these anchor points, and from pencil menu I'm going to choose join tool and just click and hover over it, and it will make it into a one part with one anchor point. And the same thing I'm going to do with the lower part of the design. So direct selection tool, select these two anchor points, select join tool, hover over it by clicking, and this will give you your shape, the shape which we need. So I'm just going to make a copy of it by holding shift alt and click and dragging, so it makes the copy for this design. And now I'm going to again bring my 2x2 inch box so I know how big I'm building. So I'm just going to increase the stroke width, because to make something like that you need to have a stroke width at this point, and I'm going to choose 6 or 5. 5 is good, and you can see it here in 200%. Here it's 200%, and it will be cut nicely. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to again now this thing is a path. What I'm going to do, I'm going to change it into a complete object with filled object, not a path. So for that I'm going to go to object, expand, and unite. Now it is a one compound path, and this I spend most of the time building this basic shapes nicely and pay a lot of attention to them, because now I see that they are limited number of anchor points, and when it will be repeated, or when I will further work on this design is going to be a very clean, very nice design. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring up my guides again. I'm going to make it a little smaller like this and bring it slightly to the top. Now I'm going to see if it's aligned to the center by going to align to artboard, select center, horizontal align, so it is aligned. Now I'm going to repeat this shape. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose select a pen tool and put a point right in the middle, and by choosing this selection tool I'll let it go, and you can see this is right in the middle. Now I'm going to make sure that this point is horizontally aligned to the artboard and right in the middle of the artboard. So everything is aligned to the artboard, and now I'm going to select both of these, right click on them and group them, and I'll go to effect, distort and transform, and okay, so this little box shows this box, and as we combine these two, so this point is here, this will be our point of rotation, so I'm going to select that, and I'm going to put 30 in angle of rotation, and copies maybe let's see, make 5 copies and preview. So they are near, and I can add more copies, say 10. So they are good, but there is this space here, so I'm going to choose 11. Now preview. Now this shape looks complete. Okay, now this can be cut and made it into a earring shape like that. So now what we are going to do is finish this shape. Now first of all, before I remove my guides, I know that this is 2 inches high and 2 inches wide, so that's good. These are the dimensions that I need. So I'm going to remove my 2x2 inch box and my guides. Now you can see the design clearly. Now we are going to, now this is your basic motif, so I'm just going to Control C, Control V. I'm going to make a copy of it and keep it on the other side. So if I do something wrong with this, or somehow it gets deleted or anything, then I'll have my safe copy. Always keep the safe copy, it will save your life, it will save you from despair, really. So now this is our basic shape. So you can see this one shape is repeating many times. So this is done. This is what we want. Now we are going to finish this earring, because now finishing it depends on your own personal choice and your own personal design idea. So I'll just show you what I'm thinking of this design right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select this one, object, expand appearance, and one more time, object, expand, and I'm going to unite them from the Pathfinder, Windows, Pathfinder, and my panel is always here because I use it all day long. So I'm going to select this and unite. Now you can see this is one shape here. This is one shape, compound path. It's a nice compound path. So this is a one shape. Now I don't want these jagged lines right in the middle, so I'm going to patch this by using blob brush. So I'm going to go to paint and blob brush, bring my blob brush here, and blob brush somehow patches the vector art. Here you go. Now you can see those lines are not there. Now to make this earring complete, again I am going to put a like this one, like this jumping hole. Now I'm going to make that. For that I choose 0.11 into 0.11. I work in inches, so these are the dimensions I use. I will choose a different color. But before I put this jumping hole here, I'm going to make another circle with some different color so you can see how I'm making this. Now I will just eyeball it and put it here because I want this design to, and put this circle right on the top of it, which I want to, so bring this to front, arrange, bring this to front, and then align to selection. Now they are nicely aligned. Now we are going to work on it. I want my earring to look like this somehow. What I'm going to do today, I can just go forward and make this design. This design will look like this, but like the jumping hole is on the petal. But now today what I'm going to do, I'm going to rotate this design, rotate it with the help of my guides. Let's see. Now you can see that I'm a big symmetry fan. So these two lines, this one and this one, they are right in the middle, so it is good. And what I'm going to do is bring this here, make this hole ellipse a little bit bigger, and let's make it a black color so we can see how our design will look. So this is how I want this earring. I want this ellipse to become a part of this design, and this jumping hole should cut through this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to again select everything, align everything to the center. Now you can see this have some structure. I'm going to bring it a little bit. I actually want to close this tiny hole, so you can see. Remove my guides, bring it until, and I don't want to destroy these two sides. So this is good. Now this is a strong structure which will hold the jumping hole nicely. So I'll just eyeball it and put it where I think will look nice. So there you go. And I will just align to artboard, and I'm going to make everything fall right in the middle. That's it. That's my design. It's done. Now now you know that this is a separate thing and this is a separate object. Now I'm going to combine these two. Select this, shift, hold shift, select this one, object, expand, unite from the Pathfinder here. So now this is one object, you can see. And I will punch this jump ring hole for earring hardware through this design. So I'm going to select both of these, make sure they are aligned to the center. From the Pathfinder, which you can find from Windows and Pathfinders, and then you will find this panel here, I'm going to use -front and click. Here you go. Your earring is complete. This design is complete. Now you can see. Now let's put this earring, do a quality control. Control X, and I'm going to put it right in front on its own layer and check how this design is looking. So this is a compound path, object, expand, unite, and compound path. So there was no difficulty. So this design is done. This design is ready, and I have made this presentation, and this design is available on my Creative Fabrica store for free. It is free, so you can practice, download, and use the design to make jewelry. So good luck with your project, and this design is available from Creative Fabrica for free, and the link to this design will be in the description of this video. Thank you.